Hello and welcome to Shimba channel. I'm a Japanese native and beginner English learner. Today, I want to talk about the part of 4 seasons in Japan, spring and summer. Each season has its own climate, events, and traditions that really shape everyday life here. Japan stretches long from north to south. Because of this, the climate in Hokkaido in the north and Okinawa in the south is very different. However, within the main islands, the seasonal changes happen at roughly the same time, with similar temperature ranges. Generally, the farther north you go, the colder it gets. The farther south, the warmer. But no matter where you are, you can clearly feel the 4 distinct seasons. According to the Japan Meteorological Agency, spring is from March to May, summer is from June to August, autumn is from September to November, and winter is from December to February. In this video, I'll follow that definition and introduce what each season is like. Spring lasts from March to May, with average temperatures usually ranges from about 10 to 20 degrees Celsius, depending on the region. The cold of winter eases up, and the sunlight becomes softer and warmer. The highlight of this season is cherry blossoms. From late March to April, cherry trees bloom all across the country, and people enjoy Hanami or cherry blossom viewing. Hanami is like a picnic under the cherry trees. Families and friends gather outdoors, share food and drinks, and enjoy the blossom together. Spring is also one of the best times for sightseeing. Rain isn't too heavy, temperatures are comfortable, and it's easy to visit various attractions while enjoying cherry blossoms in full bloom. However, for many Japanese people, spring isn't only present, that's because of hay fever. Hay fever is an allergy triggered by pollen, and when it touches your eyes, nose, or throat, it can cause symptoms like itchy eyes, sneezing, runny nose, and congestion. I also suffer from hay fever. If I go outside without taking medicine, I'll be sneezing with a running nose all day. It honestly feels like having a bad cold, and I can't get much done. Because of that, spring is actually a tough season for me, and my productivity really drops. It's said that about 40% of Japanese people suffer from hay fever, so it's not an exaggeration to say that almost half of the country struggled with it. Until I became a university student, I wore a school uniform every day. The uniforms changed with the seasons, switching between summer and winter styles. When I was in elementary school, the summer uniform was short sleeves and shorts. But the winter uniform was a blazer with shorts, so my legs were freezing in the cold month. I remember really wanting to become a middle school student because the uniforms had long trousers. Even gym clothes were short sleeves and shorts all year round, so winter physical education classes were especially hard. The school usually switched to summer uniforms in June and back to winter uniforms in October. On the day everyone changed uniforms at once, it always felt like a fresh start and gave me a new feeling. These days, many schools have stylish uniforms, but back then some schools had pretty uncool designs. During high school entrance exams, I even noticed that some girls cared about uniforms when deciding which school to apply to. Uniforms and school rules are actually an interesting topic too, so I'd like to talk about them more in another video. June marks the rainy season, or Suyu. There are many rainy days and humidity is high. Then in July and August, the real summer heat begins. Temperatures often rise above 30 degrees Celsius, and some days even go over 40. Combined with the humidity, it becomes extremely muggy and uncomfortable. This heat can actually be dangerous. Spending too much time outdoors without proper hydration or shade can lead to heat stroke. So if you're sightseeing in summer, it's very important to take precautions. When I was a child, summer temperatures were usually in the high 20s to low 30s. But recently, it feels like every year gets hotter, and I honestly worry about how high it will go in the future. One of the highlights of summer in Japan is fireworks festivals and summer festivals. Many people wear yukata there, a kind of light cotton kimono, and the atmosphere really feels like summer in Japan. Big fireworks festivals are held across the country, filling the sky with colorful displays. When I was a student, I often went to see them. It wasn't just about the fireworks. There were also food stalls selling snacks and drinks, and games to play. Walking around with friends, eating festival food, and then watching the fireworks was always exciting. But there's one thing to keep in mind: the crowd. The number of people can be overwhelming. I remember losing my friends in the middle of the festival and not being able to find them again. On the way home, the streets were extremely crowded, packed with people, and I had to wait for a long time in the humid summer heat. Summer festivals are usually smaller, more local events. In my town, for example, people gathered at the elementary school for a festival. There were food stores and people danced bon odori in yukata. As a kid, I always looked forward to it every year. Do you also have seasonal festivals or events in your country? I'd love to hear about them in the comments. Because of the heat, summer isn't really the best season for sightseeing in Japan. Walking around outdoors for long periods can be exhausting. But there are also experiences you can only have in summer, like fireworks festivals and traditional events. If you are interested in those, summer is still worth visiting. Today, I introduced spring and summer in Japan. The clear differences between the seasons bring variety to daily life, from food to event to travel. In future videos, I'll dive into autumn and winter, so please look forward to the next one. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions, or if you'd like to share what the seasons are like in your country, please leave a comment below. Your feedback really helps me improve, not just in making videos, but also in learning English. See you next time.